Hey, it's Eric Byler. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina at the old state capitol building. Protesters are here to voice their anger and concern about what's known as Hate Bill 2, also the bathroom bill. I believe there's going to be one sit-in here at the old Capitol building where the governor's office, Governor McCrory, signed the bill here. And they're also going to move to the General Assembly.
Repeal HB 2! Repeal HB 2! Repeal HB 2!
I've been using the restroom next to people for years, and I've not had anybody going screaming out of the restroom.
So you go into the ladies' room, and this ordinance is going to have some sort of sentry at the door to check your birth certificate against your current gender status.
There is no way to enforce this. The uncomfortableness, even for the person having to do it.
We are gay and straight together, and we are singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing for our lives.
Trans? What's that? A lot of gay and lesbian rights and bisexual rights, but what's trans? I'm trans. This is my daughter. We're a family.
Here we go!
And as a family, I don't want to be put in another situation like I was once put in. I was assaulted. I got assaulted horribly. It just was a regular day with two of my good girlfriends, and from across the way we hear, can I swear?
You can if you choose.
Fucking faggots, homos, let's go bash them. And I remember the fear and the dark in their eyes as I was getting kicked in my ribs, my face getting stepped on. Did they care? Nah, they didn't care, because we're different. I had strappy heels on. I couldn't outrun them. My two friends had flats, and they felt terrible leaving me, but they tackled me and they tore my dress off. They ripped my panties down to my ankles. They took a brand new wig that I spent, as a college kid at that.
Hold on, you're talking about the wig?
Yeah, the wig is a big deal, and
Your life was in danger.
I'm looking at it in retrospect. That day, that was not what I was thinking. The pain of my ribs being fractured actually kind of took precedent over my face getting kicked. So no, it was pretty serious, and they were bigger than it. I would say mid-20s, drinking. I can smell alcohol. I remember it vividly. When you're laying there pretty well lifeless. When the EMTs arrived and the police arrived, they had to use a tube. I was having trouble breathing, and I don't know what they were doing, probably, helping me, get some air into my lungs. The police officer said at the time, and again, this is not today's New York, you wouldn't have had this happen to you if you weren't wearing a dress and trying to fool men. You know what I was doing? I was walking around downtown, minding my own business entirely, and then that happened.
So fast forward to a few weeks ago, and the city government of Charlotte passes an ordinance to protect you. What did that mean to you?
For me, it brings safety. It brings that comfort there. But for me, it has an extra meaning. And I touched on it at the rally we just had here. I raised my daughter with good values. She loves everybody. And I hold her next to me today because I want her to see. I want her to feel what it's like to stand with a group of people who validate and make her mother feel welcome.
That's right.
Charlotte passed the non-discrimination ordinance, and that brought legitimacy.
Yes.
She sees that legitimacy. Then, in such a short period of time, to have that yanked from us.
Yes.
What kind of message are you sending to my kid?
Talk about it.
Now you're messing with my child. You know, I just remember what it was like to make a choice one night to use the men's room because I felt that it was the right thing to do. This is early.
Okay, so you're saying that if they actually succeed in forcing people who appear to be women to go into the men's room, that it actually puts your lives in danger.
Absolutely. I remember one time I was, again, passability, we talk about it. This is going back years. I wasn't that passable. A lot of, features to me didn't quite fit that norm. And I remember hiding in a stall, locking the door, and having people screaming, "Hey, we got a faggot in the bathroom." And then we have so many people starting to fill up the bathroom. If it wasn't for one of their friends to say, "Come on, just leave the queer alone and leave," then I probably would have caught a bad one that night.
So when the state government then decided that they would take action to prevent local city governments from protecting the rights of people like you, how did that affect you?
Well, I came here that Tuesday and I said, beforehand, before the vote, we had a press conference, and I tried to explain that I knew from the very beginning, it's fear. People are afraid of what they don't know. They're afraid of change.
That is somebody trying to push a ultra-left, politically correct agenda in the face of common sense. I mean, we all learned in kindergarten that guys go to the men's room and gals go to the women's room.
It's been about a year and a half of dialogue with people in the Charlotte area to try to get them to understand me as a transgender woman. We've met with them. And to have it taken so quickly, yanked so quickly.
So your daughter saw your elation, and then she saw your disappointment. She witnessed everything?
Hugely. And she's seen the time that I've had to spend away from her to do a lot of these things to get us where we can have these dialogues. Visibility is a scary thing. I have about 300 emails from that night we passed that non-discrimination ordinance from friends, allies, saying, "I wish I could join you in solidarity. I do not want to get on camera and be fired from my job." That is ludicrous. Transgender people have been afraid for a long time. So visibility is a very scary thing, especially when we're not protected. This lends legitimacy on the job. I can go to my boss and say, "Hey, we're protected. I don't have to be afraid." My spouse, potentially, look, they recognize this and potentially may even get health care coverage. That's the other issue. We have so many more issues to tackle that are trans-related, health care being one of the big ones, that for me, this is just a roadblock that doesn't need to be here. There's not any crimes worth ever mentioning coming from our camp, but I can give you a ton of crimes that come from the politicians' camps. Crimes sexually against boys, girls.
I know more Republican members of Congress that have been arrested for committing a crime in a restroom. I don't see this governor barring Republican senators from restrooms.
So until you can show me that I'm a credible threat, I'm still going to take my girl into the ladies' room.
Do you want to pick her up so everyone can see her?
Come here, honey.
Tell us about the world and the country and the North Carolina that you'd like to see her grow up in.
I want to see her grow up in a place where I'm treated as an equal and that she doesn't have to worry about birthday party invites not coming in because of mommy, right? Some people may say, "Oh, let's not invite that trans woman." She's got, a kid that my kid loves and they have fun and they do the kid thing, but no, that would coexist against it. It's bad. And she gets to suffer for that, for something that she did nothing for and has no control over. Something the same I have no control over as well.
You said something during your speech, though, that you were here in part because you wanted her to see a community like this that welcomes you.
I do. I think when you hear nonstop the questions that as a child you would get, "You have two mommies. That's weird." Or, "What is transgender? That's weird." She needs to see that outside of our little friend group, that there's a lot of people who don't think it's weird and who understand and who support. And she got a chance to see that today.
What did you think about that?
I thought it was good
And when someone hurts my mama, I feel very sad. And I want her to be happy so she can make me happy.
I feel as if we've been accepting scraps for so long that sometimes it's easy just to get whatever little scraps we get. I'm done accepting scraps, honey. I think we all are. I think society is too. Allies of the gay community have joined us in droves. We've seen companies backing us. They're feeling the burn of doing these things, but they're doing it because they understand.
We've got to understand it's all connected. We can't just stand together when it's one issue. The same people attacking public education are attacking the LGBT community. The same people attacking voting rights are attacking the LGBT community. The same people attacking environmental justice are attacking the LGBTQ community. The same people that are attacking immigrants are attacking the LGBT community. The same people that are blocking health care are attacking the LGBT community. If they are cynical enough to be together, we must be smart enough to stay together and fight all the time.
Hey. Let's say a quick goodbye. I just wanted to say a quick goodbye and thank you for coming out and showing our lives and bring awareness to us. And I know it's a movement and you can feel it. You can feel all these people.
Do you feel welcomed by them?
Yes. It makes my heart sing, I swear to you. This wins over hate. And I don't understand how people can hate us as much as they do. This is wonderful. I was crying before, but we're not going to get into that. I have to take her home back to Charlotte. She has school tomorrow. She needs to get going. Yes. I love you. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Say thank you, Eric.